It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. This is gonna be my breakdown for the latest teaser that they released for Season 10. This is called In the End of the World. Now, they also released a picture that I'm going to quickly talk about before jumping into the teaser breakdown. But before that, as you've noticed, I have a cold, so you're going to have to deal with this voice for a little bit before my voice goes back to normal. But with that, let's jump right into this. So this has been released by Entertainment Weekly, and obviously it's at the ocean side, and most likely it's related to one of the shots that we see repeatedly in the trailer, where we have the survivors training at the ocean side. We have Alden, we have Marco, we have Daryl, Magna, Diane, and some other survivors. We also have a Carol lookalike. So now we can jump into the teaser breakdown. So the teaser starts with this shot of the Whispers near their border. Now, in the background, we have a voiceover of a dialogue or a speech by Alpha, and the theme of the speech is In the End of the World or End of the World. It's a pretty interesting way to market this season. Not only have speeches from the survivors, which they've already released, but also a speech from one of the villains. We didn't see that with Negan and the Saviors. We didn't see that with the Governor, but they're doing it for the Whispers, which is very interesting. But we have this shot, and then in the background we have not only Alpha but Beta as well, which I forgot to mention. They're both talking together, so it's not really a speech, it's just that, it's kind of like a ritual that they have, or some sort of like a routine thing that they have going on where they say this. So they say, now in the end of the world. And then we have this shot of some Whispers. Alpha's in the middle. She takes off her mask, gives it to the other beside her, transitions into another shot, but briefly we see another shot of Alpha with her mask on. It transitions to this shot of the windmill at Alexandria, and then this shot of Alexandria, so we see the sign here, and we have Eugene looking through binoculars here. Now, we see multiple shots after this that may connect to this shot. I'm gonna get to those. So, right here, that's one shot that's connected, so we have most likely Eugene looking through binoculars. These Whispers approaching the Alexandria gates. So, then in the background, we have the rest of Alpha and Beta talking. They say, we raise all dead. So in the end of the world, we raise all dead. So that's kind of like the philosophy or what the Whispers do. They raise the dead. They walk amongst the dead. So that's pretty cool. Then we have this shot which is connected. So Eugene was the one looking through the binoculars. They saw the Whispers approaching. So then we have this shot of Aaron bloodied. He was most likely fighting off a couple walkers, maybe even a few Whispers. In the background, we have some other survivors that I don't recognize. And obviously the ground is filled with dead bodies. Then we have this shot, which I thought was pretty cool. This shot of Beta. He's looking through a window, and we have some Whispers, maybe some walkers as well in the background. Then we have this shot, which is, again, of Beta from a different angle, and it seems like maybe it's some sort of fence. So maybe not a window, not sure about that. Then we have this shot of Negan in his cell, a pretty cool shot. This shot of Rosita holding her baby, crying. We've talked about this before, and I am speculating that this is related to a big death that's going to be coming up. Maybe Father Gabriel, maybe Siddiq. In the background, we have Alpha and Beta saying, we know nothing. And then this shot of Alpha roaming amongst the walkers with some other Whispers around her. Then we have this shot, which is Daryl and Michonne. They approach the Alexandria gates. So this is the safety or security kind of setup that they have at the gates of Alexandria. And most likely this is right after Eugene sees the herd of the walkers coming. And he most likely lets Daryl and Michonne know. They approach, and I think this is connected directly to this. So here we can see that there are some Whispers with the walkers that approached. And here we can see that there are most likely some Whispers with the walkers, if there is even any walkers. We don't know that. I think most likely most of them are gonna be Whispers, maybe a few walkers with them. But this is also Gamma, one of the Whispers that was announced who will be in Season 10. So we have Michonne here talking to Gamma. Now what's interesting is that Gamma seems to be wearing what Enid was wearing the last time we saw her. So that's very, very interesting. Then in the background we have Alpha and Beta saying we fear nothing. Then we have this shot of Carol approaching this door. We can see that it's Carol in a later shot, but she sees something. The door is kind of opening slightly, so she goes through and she sees this whisperer. Not sure who this whisperer is, if it's Gamma, if it's Lydia, if it's someone else. Most likely not Lydia, because at this point I don't think she'll dress as a whisperer. Maybe it's Gamma, maybe it's Alpha, maybe it's another whisperer, but I thought this was absolutely epic. Very interested to know who this actually is. Then we have this shot of Alpha. She takes off her mask. She looks intimidating. She looks scary as shit. So she looks at the camera, and that's where in the background we have Alpha and Beta saying, "We are the end of the world." So that's a great way to end this teaser, and it relates back to the theme of the teaser, which is in the end of the world. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then we have this quick shot of Alpha and Beta holding hands. Very cool, very interesting. That definitely hints at us seeing some sort of backstory about why Alpha and Beta have this kind of relationship or connection, which they already teased at last season. But obviously that's something that wasn't in the comics. So I'm definitely interested to see how they're going to remix that, and I hope that it's interesting. So then we have this final thing with Alpha and Beta saying we are free. So again, as I said, it's like their ritual. They're kind of saying these things. It's like their ritual, and most likely all of what we heard is from this specific scene with Alpha and Beta holding hands, saying all these things. So that's pretty cool. Then we have this shot of the title card, The Walking Dead, some burning trees in the forest, which we've seen in the trailers and teasers and pictures already, some sort of burning forest, so that's very interesting. Then we have this shot of some walkers passing by, and the title card, new season, returning 10/6, October 6th. Very, very interesting teaser. I absolutely love the marketing that they have going on for the Whisperers in general, last season and this season. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about this teaser and the picture. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.